All right, so today I'm going to be replacing the steering bushing, which is behind here, and there's another piece up in here behind this bracket. It's pretty straightforward. Something you're going to want to do is probably start soaking everything down with a PB Blaster a couple days before. I tried this a while back. I couldn't get the bolts broken. I have a little bit more time this weekend, so I let it soak again with some more PB Blaster, and I'll use a little bit of heat if I need to. But yeah, right now I just have the truck jacked up a little bit just to give me a little bit more clearance. But like I did last time, I'm just going to try to break all the bolts first, make sure I can get everything off, and then I'll just go from there. Here's just a quick overview of the bushings that are required to do this. Instead of going OEM or some sort of Rock Auto brand, I just went with energy suspension. I've had a really good luck with some of their other stuff on some of the other cars that I have. This is the bushing, I guess they call it like the D bushing, that was on the right side, the passenger side. As you can see, that slips on. That's pretty straightforward. One of the other rack bushings, you can use a press to pop it out, but I believe you should be able to cut the ends of it off and just kind of push it through, or use like a socket and knock it through. But these come in 2 halves, so to reinstall it is pretty straightforward. You'll just put a sleeve inside of it and then just put one on each end, and it's kind of the same thing there. And then here's the washer that is needed, but I'll make sure to put the part number for this kit in the description. So everything is loose. This is a 22 millimeter, and the other end of the bolt is on the other side of this cross member. This is a 19, and you can reach that from up on top. And these are both 19s. And oddly enough, this one up on top, the one on top is the one that gave me the most trouble. I used heat. I used the impact gun, the larger impact gun, pry bar. I mean, eventually I got it off, but this one was kind of a pain in the ass. But yeah, everything is loose. So what I'm going to do is pull the bolts off and just pull the rack away from that cross member and get to work on removing the old bushings. Okay, as you can see, I have all the hardware out, and just to give you an idea, you can see the old bushing was starting to crack and kind of separate back here. This side it looks okay, but you can definitely see the cracking and starting to fail up on top. So definitely long overdue. So hopefully this fixes a lot of the slack in the steering wheel and kind of the vibration at high speeds. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to try to cut away this lip and see if I can knock this sleeve and the bushing material through. Otherwise I run into press, and I'm sure that that'll do it, but this might be a little easier. All right, so I've cut out the lip of that bushing. I don't know if this is actually the way to do it. It actually seems like more of a pain in the ass, but I'm going to see if I can use a socket or something and punch this out. But probably would have been easier with just like a little press, but we'll see what I can do. Here's the bracket for that. Okay, I've got the bushings out on the side in the back here, and I've got this one. Just comes off pretty easy. So what I'll need to do is kind of clean the bore out and add a little bit of grease in there. I don't know if these are the OEM bushings. I can't imagine the OEM bushings came in 2 halves, but for all I know, this is in like a Rock Auto or some sort of aftermarket bushing set. But yeah, it was also a 2-piece. Maybe someone knows if the OEM would have had a single bushing that's pressed in, or if this is possibly the OEM bushing. The top one didn't look that bad, but this one up here was definitely starting to fail. But all right, so now I just need to clean everything up, reinstall everything in the reverse order. All right, so I've got the bushings in. I just want to use a little bit of grease when you put them together. I've got the sleeves on. I've got this one kind of in place. So all I need to do now is just kind of lift the rack back into place and just insert all the hardware. All right, so I've got everything back together. And as you can see, you just want to add a little bit of grease to the bushings before you put them back on. And one thing I almost forgot, there's another washer that goes in the back here that's supplied with that kit. So we want to make sure there's a washer on each end. Yeah, I'll put the torque specs in the description along with the part number for this kit. It's something like 120 pounds for this bolt and these two up here. And I think it was like 140 something for this one. Yeah, all done. So all I need to do now is just take it on a test drive and see how it feels.